Welcome back, guys. Want to talk a little bit about TJ Fischer today. And he has really done some great stuff. And I first found out, I knew about him, but the first time I had any dealings with any of his products was the prototype Cobra. And I did I don't know if I did an unboxing. I'll have to look. I'm going to put a link to the playlist I have from him. And a buddy of mine, George, sent over the prototype Cobra as well as a launch and a Kamehameha. And that was right at the time TJ was getting ready to launch the quote-unquote production version of the Cobra. I don't know. It's a custom. He offered up 10 of them in a bulk sale type of thing. And so him and I talked on the phone for quite a while, actually. TJ and I messaged back and forth a couple of times, and finally we got on the phone before I did the Cobra video so that I could help kind of promote his Cobra to, the market and offer it up. And while I was talking to him on the phone, he had mentioned that he had one that was just about finished up if by chance I might want to buy it. And that was before he started the rest of the 8 or 9 that he was working on. So this is, I don't know, there was 2 prototypes and then this one. So this is maybe number 3, maybe number 4. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's not labeled, number 1 or anything fancy. But I did pick up one of the first kind of production Cobras, if you will, that are still all handmade. So I don't know. I talked about that in the Cobra video, which will be in the playlist linked below. I loved the Kamehameha that I had in on the channel from George. It was a full dress, Damascus, Mokutai. Oh, if you haven't seen that video, check it out below. The problem with the Kamehameha is it was a little small for me. My hand felt kind of cramped when I held it, and it was great. It was an awesome knife. It was just a little small for me. So when I was talking to TJ and he had mentioned that he was going to make a King Kamehameha, boom, this one, well, this is a King Kamehameha, I told him I was all over it. So this is one of the first 4 King Kamehamehas. So there was a prototype, and then TJ made a set of 3 kings, he called them, as he went through. So if you follow him on Instagram or Facebook, you will have seen some progress pictures and some action videos and stuff of the 3 kings, as he called them, and all 3 were different. This one was kind of two-toned. There was a all blacked out one, and then there was another one. I don't remember exactly, but it was a full satin blade. So this is absolutely fantastic in my hand. Doesn't feel cramped at all. It locks right in. And I just told him to do whatever. We kind of did talk throughout the build a little bit of some specifics, but I really, really love the two-tone blade. It just came out great. I love a stonewash finish. And to have a little bit of the satin, hand-rubbed satin flats was pretty cool. The hardware matches the stonewashing on the blade. So does the hardware here, the pivot. The pivot matches as well as the hardware. Yeah, I know the difference. And as does the clip, kind of that stonewashed finish. It's awesome. What I was not expecting on this was to have the polished perimeters all the way around, a nice little touch, and I don't know how he does this, but the backspacer is also two-tone, even though it's just one solid piece. He was able to put some lines in there that are satin finished. to kind of mimic the blade. And what TJ's really not famous for, but one of the things that he does, and I believe it's similar with his brother Frank and his dad Todd Sr., they use the same material as the blade in the backspacer. And I'm sure there are other people that do that, other makers that do that. But that's one thing when I was reviewing the Launch and the Kamehameha that I noticed and I fell in love with, and look at that action, was the Kamehameha had a full Damascus blade and a Damascus backspacer. I thought that was just really that attention to detail that you don't see on everybody's knives. The action on this is just crazy, honestly. It is a heavier blade than the Cobra, so it does have some weight behind it to help get it going. But it's just a fantastic action. Feels great in the hand and just works perfectly. Pocket clip works great. Only negative, and again, this is nothing that, it just is nature of the beast. It does take up a bit of room in your pocket. That's all. This isn't a negative to TJ or design or, execution. It's just when you have a bigger butted knife, it takes up more room in your pocket. That's all. But it still carries fine. So let's jump into a couple of specs just because I've rambled on about it. And it's 5 1/4 closed, 9 inches overall, 3.87-inch blade. And again, I measure it from the edge of the scale to the tip of the blade. It is CPM 154. It's 0.203-inch thick blade stock, 0.638 overall, which is on the bigger side. And it's 10.2 ounces. So this is not for everybody. But it works. It looks fantastic. Super fidgety. Feels great in the hand. And is super sharp. That's one thing also about TJ is his stuff comes incredibly, incredibly sharp. And he told me how he does it, and he's got some special, way he does it with the tip up or the blade up as the belt is coming around. It's kind of a more potentially hazardous way to do it, but it's how he does it, and they get super sharp. So I wanted to just kind of show off some of these from TJ. Now, people have asked me before, how do you get, somebody had just made a comment recently on one of my videos about how do you get on Maker's Books? And maybe this will be a whole different video because I'm kind of running long already. Reach out. Hit up TJ. If you're interested in TJ's work, hit him up. He absolutely is open books right now. He may be a little bit backed up, but he's not years out. He's not months out. He's a week or so out if you're not in the right cycle. But just hit him up on Facebook. Hit him up on Instagram. Say, hey, I saw Dirk's video. Can you make me a King Kamehameha? Can you make me a Kamehameha? Can you make me a Cobra? He's got a lot of stuff going on. It's easy to get a hold of him, and it's easy to chat with him. That's one thing that I just love about him. Now, the Cobra does not have as smooth as action, yet it's still on bearings and, whatnot. So that's the differences because there's a difference in price also. So how about a couple just quick size comparisons because, I went a little bit off topic this time. Here it is next to the Sharpie. The Delica, and how about we just keep it quick and short and do a couple more here. The Holt Spectre, the Chris Reeve large Sebenza 21 that I always pull out that, I don't know, maybe that's getting a little old. And just because I have it here on the table, how about the Todd Sr. Archbishop? Now you can see, I can see some family resemblance between these two. I don't know. I see it. I can feel it in the hand. I absolutely love both of these. And yeah, one of my next ones that I'm not on the books, but I need to reach out to Frank Fischer, Todd's brother, TJ's brother, Todd's son, because I absolutely have to have a battle. I absolutely have to have a Frank Fischer battle. Or I just need to sweet talk my buddy George into selling me one of his several Frank Fischers, because I need to get the trifecta. So I can have father and brothers. So that's kind of my quest grail. But these are all great knives. The family does a fantastic job. And there you go. So if you're interested, hit up TJ Fischer on social media. He can hook you up for sure, no problem. And very great guy to work with. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really, totally, awesomely appreciate it. Getting closer to that 2,500 mark, and I got a few details to work out before I make the announcement on what we're giving away at 2,500 subscribers. So keep watching, keep subscribing, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Thanks, guys.